This is a red alert. Rockstar Games has been hacked. Or were they? We'll get into what actually happened, how Rockstar is responding, and whether or not this is going to have any impact at all on the release of GTA 6.
And we had another new games showcase, the Triple I Initiative showcase. They had tons of new game announcements and trailers for a ton of new indie games. We'll talk about all this stuff and a whole bunch more right now on Gaming News Weekly. What's up, everybody? It's time for another episode of Gaming News Weekly, the best weekly video game news show out there. Every single week, we bring you all the biggest news from the video game industry. You can find us on YouTube and podcast services everywhere. My name is E-Rock the Red, as always, joined by this fella right here, FullClip. What's up, dude? How you doing?
What's up? Doing pretty good. I think we missed last week, right? Because it was like Easter Sunday that we would usually be recording.
It was Easter, yeah.
And not much going on in the gaming world. I only saw like a couple things worth mentioning and not a lot of new games coming out that weekend or anything.
Easy one to miss. For Jesus, we did it for Jesus.
Yes. I had to hide eggs that day, so I couldn't make it.
Oh, nice. Did you have to wear a Easter bunny costume?
Thankfully, not this year, not again.
Oh,
I told him after the last time, I'm not doing that again. No.
Yep, I hear you. Just in your regular day to day, when you're like the furry conventions and shit.
Oh yeah, it wasn't Easter. That's not what I was talking about. No.
Yeah.
Well, that's left us plenty of time to play some new games, old games. I haven't really gotten into anything new. I think when we last talked about it, I was like 5 trophies away from 100%ing Retro Rewind, at least as it stands right now, very early into its release. So I finished that. It was no problem. It's like just over 24 hours of gameplay, and I got that completed. And then, as promised, I moved back to Schedule 1, because all these updates, like I played it at launch, all these updates have come out.
Right.
The cartel added in a couple other things here and there. And I don't know, I guess I expected a little bit more, but maybe since I'm starting over, I'm just not there yet. The only difference that I can see really, there's like a new gun in the store. That's from an update just a few days ago. But I had like one little interaction with the cartel, and then I got ambushed by the cartel for the first time. By the time I figured out what the hell was even happening, I already died, had to reload the save. Not a big deal. So I don't know. I guess I expected a little bit more to come out of all the updates, since it's been like almost a year, I guess, or maybe a little over a year.
Yeah, that's one I keep. When I saw you were playing it the other day, I was like, oh, shit. It's one I always forget about, and I really want to go back to it. I stopped playing before those updates as well, so that's new to me. I want to check them out. Anything else before I did you go see Super Mario?
Oh yeah, I'll talk about that.
Oh yeah, I didn't get to go see it. My son went without me, that little son of a
betrayal.
We were supposed to go. Yeah, he was off from school and he ended up going with his cousins. And had a blast. But I did just see, it's like, I mean, we're not gonna get into it too much, but I did see it's already like available on like pirate sources. There's like a version on there, and I was like, well, maybe. But tell me what your thoughts were.
Well, I mean, as far as that goes, if you do get the chance to see it in the movies, if you can talk him into seeing it a second time, with an Illumination movie, it's worth seeing on the big screen. It is like all the bright colors, all the magic happening there. It's totally worth it. I had a good time. Now, granted, this is a movie. This is a couple of movies now that are trying to be a lot of things at the same time. It's supposed to be for the little kids who have played their first Mario game, and it's supposed to be for old timers like us who grew up on the stuff. And I think it checks a lot of boxes well. I think a lot of people have given this movie flack for being like too much fan service, and I don't know. I
Mhm.
don't want to watch the Mario movie that the fans don't want to watch, or it
Yeah.
isn't for the fans. So I
Yeah.
don't know. It seemed like a healthy balance to me. There's a lot of stuff in there, like the Nintendo Rob, that little robot that would like play your second
Mhm.
player on the Nintendo. Um, a lot of little references like that kids are definitely not going to get. That's for people probably even older than me. Um, just little things here and there. I like a lot of the crossover. This one had more than the last one. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, some prominent crossovers that make me think that we may be seeing like a Super Smash Brothers movie coming from Illumination before too long. I think
Yeah.
that would have a lot of interest.
Yeah, that would be sweet. Yeah, my son, he said he liked it better than the first one. And I think a lot of it was like a lot of those, he's been really immersed into the Nintendo gaming and stuff like that. And seeing a lot of those Easter eggs, like he was thrilled to see the Pikmin show up because he's super into Pikmin.
Yeah.
So like when they showed up, he was like super excited. That was the first thing he told me about. So it was like those little things that like he really enjoyed. So yeah, I know, like I was looking at reviews of it and it's like getting just panned. And I was like, I mean, I get it. Like you're reviewing the movie as a whole, sure, but like, man, all my nieces and nephews that he went with, they said they liked it better than the first one. They loved it. So, it's definitely reaching that core audience, and they're really enjoying it. And I think this and the last one were both, I think, I just read some numbers. It was like $350 million opening weekend for each of them or whatever. It's like they're doing something right.
Yeah.
But
Gosh, yeah.
yeah,
There was one
give me that
moment in
Smash
there.
Brothers movie.
Oh yeah. There was a moment in there where there's like the dinosaur. They showed it in the trailer, I'm pretty sure, but there's like the realistic dinosaur from I think Mario Odyssey when you end up in like a jungle world, and the thing is like roaring
Yeah.
like Jurassic Park back in the day. And there's like a little kid sitting in front of us in the theater with his parents, and he's like, he's got to cover his ears and turn around because it's too scary. And I just thought like that's like that's
Yeah.
a what do they call it, a canon moment in that kid's like movie going experience. So that made me feel a little bit of nostalgia and joy.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely want to check it out. So yeah, I'll maybe I could talk him into going sometime because he absolutely he was like he loved it, so he wants to see it again. And then for games, I got another 100% completion on Steam, dude. I'm keeping up with you.
Nice.
This one was a little easier. It's a game called Thank Goodness You're Here, which I've been playing it like here and there for a long time, and I'm like, let me finish it up, clear some space on my Steam Deck, and that's just such a fun game. It's an easy 100%. So I'm not going to take a ton of credit, but that is one of the funniest games I've ever played. And I highly recommend it. And then Junkyard Builder, baby. I'm back in the
Cool.
simulators here. I got my own junkyard. I'm sorting trash. Is it metal? Is it plastic? That's what I'm doing all day long. So it just came out of early access, and it's very simple as far as the idea goes, but it's that grindy um up, you sort so much trash, and then you can get enough money to buy like a machine that bales your paper together, and then you bale enough paper together and do enough contracts that you get another machine that does like all this other shit. And every day you're getting trash delivered to your junkyard, and in that trash is either more like paper and metal, or it's stuff that you could fix up. There's car parts that you can, like big parts, like talking about you could get a body of a car and then like a bumper and a door and a hood and a roof and like all these different types of cars. And so right now, like I have this section and it's just separate car parts broken up by type. And then as you get a whole car, you can put it together, assemble it, clean it up, paint it, and then sell it for for money. There's like dressers that you can assemble. There's like you got just this big dresser is missing a door and you got to wait for the door to come in, or if you can find it, but like picking it from like something. So it has that part, which is like very simple. So you take it to like your place and then you like either sand it down and then paint it or whatever, and then you assemble it and you just click it and it sells in a marketplace. So that's a fun aspect to it. And then otherwise, it's just, yeah, you could travel to places, pay money to travel, and then, pick up more trash, a certain amount of trash until you upgrade your cart, and then you can bring more trash back. So it's just very repetitive. It's the same thing over and over again. You're getting more trash, sorting it, making more money. And it's good. It doesn't have a ton of jank, and it has like just enough meat on the bone to make me want to keep playing it and keep upgrading. It does get to a point though where you're like, why am I doing this? Like, what is there a goal that I'm going for? Because there's really not. You can get a few things that make you more money, but then you'd have nothing to do with that money. Like you run out pretty fast. And considering this is out of early access, like I don't know what they have in place for like a roadmap for upgrades down the line. But I think I'm like 5 or 6 hours in, and I've enjoyed my time so far. I like that monotony. I like that grind to do like that. It's I was watching like TV or something and just kind of like sorting fucking wood and metal. Like it's so dumb. But I don't know where I'm going to now. Like the process of building the cars is fun, but after a little bit it's like, all right, well, we did that, or finding the pieces is enjoyable. So I don't know how much staying power this one has, but I've enjoyed my time so far. So yeah.
Nice.
Junkyard Builder.
I've got a buddy at work that also plays that and has talked a lot about it. And yeah, let me know if you had a similar experience. But he said like once he started unlocking more of the machines and understanding the way that things should flow, he kind of had to restart and just put everything in sort of the assembly line fashion.
I am getting to that point where it's just like I'm running from point A to point B, like because you don't have an inventory. If you have like something like say, there's a cart you could fill up to put stuff in, but to get stuff out of the cart, like you can't choose. You have to like dump it out or whatever. It's like the inventory management's a pain. So like I do find myself wishing things were set up a little differently. So I'm constantly not running around this whole junkyard. So that part's kind of it needs work. And knowing that like this was in early access for a long time and now it's out of early access, I don't know. I don't think there's going to be any changes to any of the things that I have issues with. We'll see how long they even, a lot of these simulator games they'll come out with, they'll dump it out and then move on to the next one. The good ones are the ones that put out that roadmap and constantly have updates like, Water Park Simulator, hopefully the Retro Rewind and stuff. So, yeah, this one, we'll see. But I've enjoyed my time in it. I think it's like a $12 game or something. So you'll definitely, if any of this sounds at all interesting, you'll get your money's worth out of it. But ultimately, it's not going to be one that you stick with,
Well, they need to give you some kind of overall goal to do with your money. Like at this point in the game, they usually give you like a golden toilet, golden porta potty or something like that. That way you can show
yeah,
your wealth
dude.
off.
There's no toilets of any kind in this game. Where am I supposed to even poop? I don't know. Yeah, but there's no like automation. There's no employees. There's nothing like that. It's very like bare bones. So
yeah.
But if you like sorting shit, it's great. All right, and that is it for me. Let's get things going. Let's talk about some new releases from last week. All right, first up, Pokemon Champions came out on the Nintendo Switch on April 8th. It's going to be coming out to iOS sometime this summer, I think maybe like June. And what it is, it's a Pokemon battling game. Basically, that's all it is. There's no capturing Pokemon or no mini games or anything like that. It's just you have Pokemon and you battle them against other people in like a PvP style battleground. They're calling it free to start is Nintendo's term for it. Right now there's 186 Pokemon that you could choose from, And in order to get them, there's two ways to get them. You either have Pokemon Home, which is where like your any Pokemon games you've played in Nintendo games previously, if you've collected that Pokemon, you can put them in that home and then connect that to the Champions game, which is very cool. But the alternative then is recruiting them. So if you've never had Pokemon Home, you can recruit them. You get one free pick a day, or you can use your victory points. And this is where the monetization of it all comes in. Being that it is, I mean, it's technically in a mobile game, just not quite yet, but it's very much built that way. You have to, get these victory points in order to upgrade your Pokemon or exchange, like swap out their abilities, their skills. You can, get more inventory. You can speed things up. It's like one of those things. You don't want to wait. Use your points to speed this up. So there is a lot of that. Now none of it is necessary. You can play the game without that, but I don't know at what point you're going to be like, okay, I need to get more victory points in order to be competitive against these other people that are upgrading their Pokemon or swapping out their abilities and that sort of thing. So, I don't know. I'm interested to see how the monetization does work. There is a battle pass. So we'll see. The launch has been very rocky though. It was very, very janky, very buggy when it first came out. Lots of frame rate issues. People are upset at the amount of Pokemon that are available, as well as like which Pokemon are available. It's very much like the ones you would expect. There's no weird ones. So yeah, it's we'll see where it goes. I know they have a lot of big plans for this. They're expecting this to be like their competitive game, like going forward. That World Champions. This is the game that they want. The contestants to be playing. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. It definitely feels like a Pokemon Stadium type of game. I don't really remember back on Pokemon Stadium how you actually got the Pokemon, or you could transfer over from like a Game Boy or something if you had the right accessory. But this gets me. I feel like I wouldn't really have a good time in this game unless I have one of the RPGs to transfer Pokemon over, and if they only have certain ones available, then that really limits your palette. Those ones that you get like one free per day, they're only usable for so long. Then you have to spend your VIP or VP or whatever points to do. So the monetization in this it just gives me so many vibes of that trading card game they just had out for mobile. I played that one a little longer than I expected to, but it's another one where it's like you're just kind of limited by not spending money if you're not going to dump a bunch of money into it. And then also vibes of that Peridot game that we had from Niantic, I'm pretty sure. And the way that was handled, like buying nests so you can have another monster to raise or whatever. It's just, at a certain point, I'd rather pay $10 for the thing. Keep some microtransactions in there if you have to, but let me get like the core gameplay of it.
Yep. Yeah, I totally agree. Like at first, being someone kind of new to Pokemon and trying, like my son's obsessed, I was like, oh, maybe this will be something that I could get into. And because I do like, a PvP deck builder, card battler, and that sort of thing, and it's basically what this is, but the gacha world, I don't think I want to get into that. I don't even want that free to start thing, because at some point I know I'm going to, if I do get into it, I'm going to want to spend, a bunch more to be competitive or to be able to play it, or to even get those Pokemon. Because I don't have again, like you, I don't have access to all that. And like, I'm going to want to have more than just my daily rental of that, So I don't even want to dip my toes in it, but I do hope it works out for fans of the genre, and that, it works out for everybody. Go earn Nintendo and Game Freak a shit ton more money. I'm sure that, it's on its way, I'm sure.
They need it.
Yeah, exactly.
They've got lawsuits to pay for, people.
These lawsuits, they won't pay themselves. All right, and then next up, we got the release of a game called Samson on PCs. Came out April 8th. It's a single-player open world action game. When I first saw this trailer, I was like, yes, this looks great. It's like gritty, kind of got a GTA vibe. You gotta like pay down your debt so you don't get murdered or something like that. And it's all like hand-to-hand combat, and there's like you have a car that you like use as a weapon and stuff like that. And there's upgrades you could do to improve your car, improve your fighting and stuff like that. But every single review I've seen of this game is like very, very bad. Like they're saying it's extremely buggy. The fighting is not even fun because it's so repetitive over and over again. You do the same thing throughout the whole game. The story is boring. The driving part is like really bad. And I'm just like, man, dude, I really had high hopes for this one because it's only $25. I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
Like a AA game that looks cool, $25. And I was like, yeah. Now, I mean, I still want to play it, but it's when it like goes down to like $5, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the biggest thing going for this for me when I watched a like before you buy video on it, where basically everything you just said, that was the vibe. But this, the main guys behind this is the guy that was working at Avalanche Studios, who did the Mad Max game. That is like fantastic, excellent game with vehicular combat, hand-to-hand combat, and it seems like the DNA is here for that.
Yeah,
but maybe they just didn't go as far out as they should have. It should have been an improvement on the game that came out a decade ago. Doesn't seem like it was.
Yeah, a lot of everything it says like really old, like very aged gameplay with like 2025 graphics, and I was like, well, all right, I'm still interested. I'm just gonna have to wait a little bit.
Yeah,
and then real quick, just a couple days ago, Borderlands Mobile shadow dropped onto iOS and Android devices for free. It's basically, just Borderlands on your phone. You go around, you loot, you get weapons and stuff like that. I don't know much about it other than that. It just, I think it was like 2 days ago. It just it was released with no fanfare or anything. It's by Zynga. Everybody loves Zynga. What were they? They were known for, what was it?
Farmville.
Was it them? Okay. I remember like years ago, Zynga was the king.
Maybe some like Mafia Wars and other stuff like that too.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Borderlands is back. It's actually getting really well received. So, if you are a mobile gamer, go check out the new Borderlands. I'm gonna get it myself. I have to clear up some space on my phone though. It's like 3 gigs. It's I got a lot of unnecessary shit on my phone.
So, yeah. I watched some gameplay of this one as well. I consider it, but it's like this is the game. I don't like the whole like just use your fingers on your phone screen to control a 3D environment. That it's a big turnoff for me. And I know you can go grab a controller or pair a Bluetooth controller to or something. But at the time that I'm going to do that, I might as well just play it on the PC.
Absolutely.
Through an emulator or something. And it gives me a lot of vibes of like Call of Duty Mobile. So if I go and do that, how much of the actual gaming experience am I kind of cheating at?
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, at that point, just, play Borderlands 4 on your PlayStation or something. It's like...
Might as well.
Yep, but it is out there for mobile gamers. All right. That is it for our new releases from this past week. It's time to get into our news of the week. All right, let's kick things off with our new subscription game, subscription, what are we calling these? Subscription services? Anywho.
Yeah.
It's a new month, so we got the new Humble Choice games that were announced for any subscribers to that system. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Daemon X Machina, Titanic Scion, The Lord of the Rings Return to Moria, Until Then, Planet of Lana, Artisan TD, The Procession to Cavalry, and Buddy Simulator 1984 are this month's Humble Choice games. What are your thoughts on this one? Is this a skip or a get?
It's going to be a skip for me because I already have Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That's one of the first things I bought for the PS5, just to
Hmm.
have a nice big open world game to play. If I didn't already have that, $12, I don't know. I feel like I paid like 15 for it alone. So you're still kind of getting a deal. Or is this now raised to 15? I can't keep
Yes,
track of all these prices.
I think it's up to 15 now, and then like if you don't get it like at the beginning of the month, they'll send you a code and offer it to you for like 11 or something. So
Yeah.
so in
Well,
there.
even if you pay full price at 15, you're getting this game at its best sale price, and you're getting, handful of other stuff. So it's a skip for me because I already have that one game I'm really
Yeah.
interested in, and I could see other people wanting to pick this one up though.
Yeah, I know like the reviews of it were mixed on Reddit. For me it was a skip. Just based on like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I would love to play it, but I played these games on my Steam Deck and I can't imagine that would be too great on there. And then so I'm mostly in it for like the smaller indie games, and none of these really interest me except for the Procession to Cavalry, which looks dumb, and I think I could probably get it for like $2 or $3. So
Probably.
yeah, it's a skip for me. And yeah, I'm hoping for another, it seems like I've been getting maybe one out of every four lately. It's been, I mean, it doesn't help that my backlog is like insane. So I'm like, they
Yeah.
need to be really good for me to want to add more things to my backlog, Because yeah, I think I got the one from 3 months ago, and I was looking forward to a ton of those games, and I think I played one out of them so far. Like I don't know. It's too busy, sorting trash on a fake junkyard.
Yeah.
All right, and then the Game Pass lineup was announced for April, and the games coming out are Final Fantasy IV is available now. DayZ also available now. Endless Legend 2 is like their game preview early access version of that game. FBC Firebreak, Planet Coaster 2, Tiny Bookshop, Football Manager 26, Hades 2. We already announced that one. Replaced is a day one game. This one looks cool. This one comes out April 14th. Let's see, The Thaumaturge, also April 14th. Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered, EA Sports NHL 26, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I feel like that one was, I don't know what this list is that I'm reading. Dude, there's so many fucking, like, okay, now this one's on Ultimate. Now this one's on PC. I don't know. I'm just reading off the list and the dates.
Tiers.
Because I can't. Little Rocket Lab comes out April 21st. SOPA, Tale of the Stolen Potato, April 21st. And then April 21st, Vampire Crawlers comes out. This is another day one game. This one I'm very excited for. And then another day one game on the 23rd, Kiln, which is the the multiplayer battle game where you play as pottery. So I don't know which subscription services. If you have Ultimate, you get all those. If you have not Ultimate, you get some of those, and I don't know which ones. So you guys do the math. We'll post. It'll show it on the video thing that's here. So what do you think of this lineup?
All right, a little bit for everybody, and it's kind of crazy because like there's not a single AAA game that I care about here. I don't care about if you can even call them AAA, because what is NHL 26? What is Football Manager 26? I don't keep up with them. It's just sports slop. Let's call it that.
Yeah.
It's the indie games here that I think would be good. I would like to try Kiln, Tiny Bookshop, Little Rocket Lab, absolutely SOPA. I'd try any of those, and it'd be well worth the money. So, I mean, if you do want to play the Call of Duty from 5 years ago, I guess that's an option too.
It's so random. It's so random that they're like, guess what, guys? Yeah, I entirely agree, dude. The indie games that are on here for this month are all bangers, dude. Hades 2, Kiln, Vampire Crawlers is going to be awesome. I played that demo. If you're into deck builders, it's a fantastic game. And then the Thaumaturge I played, and that's like a CRPG with a really, really cool vibe. So yeah, absolutely. It's a great month. I don't know, I think they're mostly on Ultimate. Yeah, it looks like Football Manager, Sopa, Little Rocket, Tiny Bookshop, Call of Duty. They're on premium. So, if you have premium, you're getting some good games too. But yeah, the new games, the day one games like Replace and Vampire Crawlers and Kiln, it's a good month for those. I really think that those are going to be good. I'm not entirely sold on Kiln, but I will try it because it's on here. And that's the best thing about Game Pass, being able to try those games where you're on the fence about.
Right.
So yeah, I like this lineup better than the Humble Choice lineup, and I'm absolutely excited to get in there and try both Replaced and Kiln. I'm gonna buy Vampire Crawlers on Steam to have it on my Steam Deck, but yeah, I'm excited for it. All right, next up, Rockstar Games got hacked. Dude, this is it's big news, just because I think the funniest thing about this is that they recently fired a bunch of people because they said they leaked stuff. Now, are we to believe that now that there's this hacking group out there, just saying.
I don't know.
Could have been them the whole time. All right, some details that we do know. This comes from a cybersec guru. That's I don't know who the hell that is, but they reported that a hacker group called Shiny Hunters had used AI analytics platform Anodot to breach Rockstar's Snowflake data warehouse, posing as a legitimate internal service. They set a ransom deadline of April 14th, demanding Rockstar pay or the group will release data. So we don't know what kind of data they have. This is their Shiny Hunters put out this statement, says Rockstar Games, your Snowflake instances were compromised thanks to Anodot.com. Pay or leak. This is a final warning to reach out by April 14th before we leak, along with several annoying digital problems that'll come your way. Make the right decision. Don't be the next headline. Final warning, pay or leak. And then Rockstar Games did say that a limited amount of non-material company information was accessed and stressed that it has no impact on our organization or our players. So yeah, what do you think? Do you think they got anything juicy? Do you think or it's all bullshit?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. From what I was reading, it's like mostly customer spending information or something like that, tracking data on things like that. I don't know if that's even tied to a username or email address or anything like that. So if it's going to have any impact on the people who were compromised in this, I don't know. This seems like it's much ado about nothing at the moment. If they, whatever these digital annoyances are, I mean, if that puts a thorn in Rockstar's side, 6 months, what are we out? Maybe 6 months from release, 7 months. I hope for the sake of playing this game and it releasing on time, or else they will be the most hated hacking group in the world.
Yes, dude. Yeah, Anonymous is going to target Anodot if GTA 6 gets delayed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a hornet's nest that I'd want to be kicking right now. Yeah, it's interesting. I like how nonchalant Rockstar is about it. They're like, we don't care. We're not paying anything. Leak it.
Yeah. Yeah, you wonder if there was anything at all decent, they wouldn't have. I think their statement would have been much different other than it's nothing. So, yeah, April 14th, we'll see how it all shakes out a few days from now. And maybe next week we'll have some big, GTA 6 leaks to talk about from Anodon.com or whatever the fuck their name is. But yeah, we'll see. All right, and then last up, I just want to talk about one of my favorite showcases, the Triple I Initiative. Took place this week, and it is just a bunch of indie games. They always put on a great showcase. This one was about 45 minutes, just a bunch of trailers of indie games that we knew were coming, that just had a more of a another look at the game or the gameplay, or there's a lot of DLC for existing games, or some world premieres. And I just want to touch on the world premieres. I love a good new game announcement. So I'm just going to run through them real fast. The first one that really got me excited, a game called Crop. This is a farming game, but it is dark and it's creepy. I've never seen anything like it, and I think it's really cool. Like kind of how Dredge took the fishing game and made it dark and creepy. This is kind of like doing that, except with farming. Did you see the trailer for this?
Yes, I did. I was trying to think of like what's a good descriptor. What's the opposite of a cozy farming sim?
Yes.
Like maybe creepy farming sim. And this
Yeah.
isn't the first one either. We're looking at that new one coming out by Bloomhouse Games. That's going to be pretty interesting too.
That's right. Yes. Yeah, I forgot about that one. I love that this is like, this is a genre now. Because, so they also announced in the same thing, another similar kind of idea, Graveyard Keeper 2, very similar vibes. It's like Stardew Valley in a cemetery is what I saw a description of, which I just wanted to mention that I believe, it should still be for a little bit, but Graveyard Keeper, the first one, is free on everything, console and PC. If you're at all interested, you could go check out that game and play like a kind of a, Stardew Valley style game, but you're also a cemetery caretaker. So yeah, we're getting into like a lot of the cozy's going away. We're getting the creepy in there. Another game announcement, Don't Starve Elsewhere, which is just another, introduction. Well, just another version of this game. There's been Don't Starve, Together. And now this might be the third or the fourth one, but it's like a survival game. My wife is obsessed with these games. Obsessed. Let's see, another one that looked really cool, Lost Railway. This was a 2D side-scroller, survival, horror, quota, looter. It has so many descriptors. And it also has cute little animals that you play as. But it looks very in-depth. So it's like one of those multiplayer games where you go through and you got to loot and get resources, but also at the same time, there's all these creepy monsters and there's a boss that are trying to get you, but you just got to get the goods and get to the next spot to upgrade all your things and your resources. But this one, like in the trailer, they show like there's friendly fire. So like you're playing with your friends and this dude accidentally gets shot in the back with a shotgun and it's like, oh shit. So I don't know if that's one that me and my friends will be playing. It could create some issues somewhere down the line, but I did like the overall vibe of this one. Any thoughts?
I don't have a lot to say about that one, but I thought, like, in this list where it's all done alphabetically, you have Lost Castle 2, then Lost Railway. I'm sitting there thinking, like, are these two things related in any way? But I don't think so.
They're just
it almost
both
looks like
lost.
the same exact characters. Yeah, and, well, I mean, like, the color schemes and everything.
Yeah.
It just got me a little confused. I'm thinking, like, is this, like, part of a genre or a series of games or something? But
there were
there's just a little bit of generic in there.
Yes, there's a lot that looks very, very similar. But I'll tell you one that does not look similar to anything I've seen. A game called Machine Party from the creators of Buckshot Roulette. This is basically just a very dark, very violent, gory Mario Party. And it looks insane, and I cannot wait to play this game with friends. It looks bonkers. Like the games were like just so off the wall, and it was just so gritty. You think you could see yourself playing this one?
I could. I don't know though. I'd have to have the right group of people to play that with. I mean, this is like gory. It's like don't stab enough peas with your fork in time, get shot in the face with a shotgun. One of the other ones that kept showing in the trailer is the people. There's an escalator. There are 4 escalators, and I assume they're going to get faster if you mess up or something. And there's just a meat grinder at the bottom that you're going to fall into if you can't keep up. So just Saw the video game, I guess.
Yep. Yeah. Very exciting stuff. Another one that looked cool. It's called Prove You're Human. This one has 2 teams teaming up. The creators of Slay the Princess teaming up with the creators of 1000X Resist. This one looks crazy. You're like this AI, like dreaming of your human life, and like there's just like a ton of things happening in this trailer. And then like I don't know what the gameplay is other than they just showed like doing captchas, like where it says like are you a robot or whatever, and you have to like find the fire hydrants. Like I don't know if that's the gameplay because I could do that already. So yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
intrigued.
Look, yeah, a very interesting concept, and I'm interested in seeing more as this comes out. I think it could be like a little psychological mind bender, if it's more than just capture codes and a couple other like cheesy elements like that.
Yeah. Let's see, and then Temtem Pioneers has a new. You ever play Temtem?
No.
So it first came out, it was like a Pokemon ripoff. You got like a creature collector type thing, and then recently they came out with Temtem Survivor or something like that, and it's like a Vampire Survivors kind of style game with the Temtems. And now this is like the newest thing, and it looks like a Pale World kind of version of Temtem. You've got over 200 different Temtem, and you got to craft and battle and get resources and do all this stuff. It really does look a lot like a Pale World style game with these Temtem, which I feel like I've played both of the other Temtems and I enjoy them. They are very much more I feel a more generic Pokemon, but the games are good.
Yeah, after watching this trailer, I kind of thought, like, how did I miss the other Temp? Because I heard the name, I've seen, like, that little duck character, and I thought, like, how did I miss that? Why is there such a stink about Pal World being so close to Pokemon? If this was, it sounds like this one is getting closer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think they've just never had that level of popularity that it never, it didn't get to be an issue because they've been doing it for a long time. And then the last premiere was a game called Too Deep to Quit. This isn't like a friend slop game, but with you play as these puppets, like kind of like Muppet type characters, where you're just running through these temples and you're doing these adventures with your friends. It's got like the same kind of vibe as like Repo, where it's got that the voice detection in the game and stuff like that. So it looks like another fun one. We'll see how that one fares in a world full of so many of these now. But I do like the puppets. Anything where there's puppets, like instead of other types of things, I'm in. I like the puppets.
Yeah.
What was that
Big
fighting?
Jim Henson fan.
What was that fighting puppets game that like was announced forever ago?
That.
Yeah, I wonder what's up with that. I want that to come back.
Don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
looks crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, there were a ton of other games that we've seen before, but some we've talked about before. Like we got more of a look at the new Castlevania game, the DLC to Clover Pit, if you're into that. The sledding game was announced for more things. Super Battle Golf for console. So yeah, lots of good stuff. The Warhammer, we got another look at the Warhammer Survivor-like game, which I'm really excited for. That's going to be fun. So yeah, it was a great showcase of trailers. A lot of really great looking indie games. So definitely, if you're into indie games, go check that out. Wishlist anyone that you are interested in to give the developers, every little bit of help. So anything else on there you want to talk about?
Let's see. Did you see? It was the last one on the list alphabetically. Windrose. It's the pirate one. Did you see the trailer for that?
I did. Yeah, that one. What was it? It was like PVE, right? I think. Or was it PvP?
I believe so. Yeah.
I don't remember. But yeah, it was interesting. Like I like a good pirate game. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this.
That's the thing. It's like. It looks great. It looks like a grimier version of the ones that exist already, Skull and Bones and Sea of Thieves. I'm down for a pirate game. It's been too long. I'm hoping that the Assassin's Creed Black Flag gets a remake, as it's been like rumored this past year or so. But the only thing is, when we're talking about indie games, I don't know if I can trust this one to be everything I want it to be. I don't want to get into a game that just leaves me wishing that it were more of what it is.
True.
But then again, you go to the quadruple A games, and they can't get it right either. So maybe I'm best waiting for that remake of Black Flag.
Yeah, you might be. I mean, because that's the one. Black Flag is the benchmark for all other pirate games. But yeah, this one, you won't have to wait long. It comes out in early access on the 14th. So if you are at all interested, you could probably get a good vibe from any reviews that are coming in from that. It does say it's fully playable solo, offline, or in co-op with friends up to 4 players. So could be good. But we'll see. Early access just in a few days.
Yeah.
So.
One more here, the lift. That one was pretty cool looking. That seems like it scratches.
I played
a lot
this
of itches
demo
that I get from the simulators.
Yes, yeah, I played the demo. Maybe it's probably about a year ago on one of the Steam Next Fest things, and it was very bare bones at the time, just enough to kind of show you what the vibe was going to be. And I'm super excited for that one. So yeah, the lift looks really cool. Yeah, there's a lot of those games coming out that I like that they're doing it. They're making it kind of like that simulator style of game, but they're adding way more story and different elements of, like between that one and There Are No Ghosts at the Grand. Those are 2 games I'm very excited for. They're like simulator games, but they have like an overarching story that seems to do more than just, hey, your uncle left you a elevator or a hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very, very cool. Yeah. I love these showcases. They get me really excited for gaming. When, a lot of times we're just talking about game layoffs or these next, AAA games getting delayed. And then you get to see like these indie games and see like developers' passions and stuff like that. And there's such a different variety of games you can be playing for these. So yeah, it gets me excited. So, and then going on to Steam and wishlisting the ones I want and that sort of thing. It's going to be, it's a good time. All right. That's all I got for this here show. You got anything else?
No, that's going to be it.
That is it. Thank you so much for checking out this episode of Gaming News Weekly. Go over to the YouTube. You could find us at Pop Culture Playground. It's the name of the channel. You could subscribe there, watch the videos there, or if you just want to listen to the podcast, anywhere podcasts are found, just type in GNW Gaming News Weekly. Bam, it's going to be right there. Hit subscribe. That way you've got the show ready on the go. For, when you want to be up to date on the news. You're going to hang out with some nerds and you're like, man, what can I talk about? Bam, you listen to the show, Triple I Initiative. You could sound like you're in the know. You know exactly what you're talking about. And that's just one of the services that we provide, So it's a good thing. What other service? Occasionally you can find us on TikTok. We'll get into that later. That's for the Patreon. You know what I'm saying?
I told you I'm not doing that.
You're going to do it. You're going to put on your goddamn bunny costume and you're going to do it and you're going to like it. So yeah, that's for the big time Patreon subscribers. This is a great idea though. And I feel like we should start a Patreon now just for those bunny pics. Send us $5. You get the pics, a FullClip and a bunny costume. You send us $10. Maybe he's not wearing pants. All right.
$20. I'll put them back on.
Oh, that's a good deal. All right. Thank you so much. That's all we got. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.